of the conscious mind. Now, we all know that our mind is always working. Our mind is always thinking. It's always putting forth something. Our mind is always in tune with an emotion, with a thought, with a feeling. Our mind is always working. That's why I call the chatter of the conscious mind a chatter, 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 chatter. We all have it, and it's always going on. The question is, do you realize or do you take a note of what the chatter is and what it means for you? Because when you look at the chatter of the conscious mind, it is what you're consciously thinking about now. Mind. Hold on. And hold on just a second. Okay. And of course, there's times when my spelling needs a little bit of work. Okay. Chatter of the conscious mind is our conscious mind. That's the front part of our brain, which that's where we're always thinking. Thoughts are always coming. Thoughts are always coming and flowing through your mind. Our mind is never quiet. Not even when you're asleep. When you're asleep, your conscious mind goes to rest, but your subconscious mind then takes over, puts forth the dreams, and it runs the program that you have. So the conscious mind, knowing it's always thinking and it's always in some kind of control, but it also is in working with the ego. When you know that your conscious mind and your ego tend to work together, and when the ego and the conscious mind get together, they are not your friend. Because the ego is that part of us that tells us we can't do something, we're not good enough, things will never work out for us, we'll never have what we want. Why do we even try? Why do we keep putting ourselves out there? That's the ego talking. So when you let the ego and the conscious mind start to rule your life, when you let the ego and the conscious mind start to tell you what you need to do, and if you start to follow that, what does that do? That sets you on a whole awful pathway. I say awful because I mean it's awful. You don't want to be on a path where you're not going to have any success. You don't want to be on a path where things aren't working out for you. You don't want to be on a path where you're not being fully functional and creating the world, the life you want. Now, we all live in our own little world because we all create something different. We all have different ways of creating our environment. So a lot of people out there right now are chasing people. If you're in the home business niche, in any of them at all, you find people are out there chasing people. Well, I prefer not to chase people because I know what I offer and the systems and the strategies that I offer. I know that they are awesome, and I know that they will make people a lot of money. So why would I chase people to say, here, try this, try this, try this? I would rather just put an offer out and let people come and find it or come and talk to me. You know, that's fine. It's great. PM me, DM me, whatever it's called these days, and we'll have a conversation. That is another part of the conscious mind chatter that will work good for you. So I want you to pick your conscious thoughts carefully. When you have them coming, right now you have conscious thoughts flowing through your mind. Right now they're going and going and going. And some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are, what is she talking about, right? Think about that one. Okay, when you do, and you're looking at that, and you're saying, okay, now, what she's saying is true. I know it is. What am I going to use? What part of this gold nugget am I going to take and use for the best for me? That's what you need to do, is take the gold nuggets that we are offering and use the ones that work for you. But the conscious mind chatter is always going. It starts from the moment your brain wakes up. You may not even be all the way awake in the morning, and your conscious mind chatter is started. Maybe you're started with, oh, I don't want to get up today. Oh, I'll hit the snooze again, or whatever it is. That's the chatter. It's starting. So when you can get in control of your chatter, this is really important. So take notes on this, listen closely, because when you can take control of your conscious mind chatter, not only are you putting your ego in check, but you're also telling your conscious mind what you will accept and what you will not. Now for me, you can try this. You can use a different system, use your own words. Please use your own words, make it your own. I like to compartmentalize. I can't even say the word now. Compartmentalize? Compartmentalize. Oh my gosh, there you witnessed it. I had a glitch. Okay, I like to put my different thoughts into different files in my mind. Like for example, if I have a file or if I have a thought that comes through, I'm going to give you some examples here. I can't even say that word now. When I have a thought that comes through, if I'm working on something or I'm looking at something, or maybe I'm just searching for something and something comes across my feed, and this part of my conscious mind will say, oh, that's not for you. That's not for you. That is a file. I say, okay, that is a not for me file, and I'm going to put different thoughts into that file. Then I have the ego no way go away file. The ego no way go away file is the one I use when the ego is getting in to my business. Don't like it, don't need it, don't want it. Let that one go. There's a file for that. Possibility. Sometimes I come across something that I think, well, maybe that's a possibility. Maybe I could do that. Let me see if that's going to work for me. That is another file. And then the last file I have is my best file ever, which is the, oh yes, I'm doing this file. Oh yes, I've got this file. That's my other file. That's my best file. And actually that's the file that has the least folders in it, because I find that there's a lot of negative that comes through the conscious mind, and it just comes through by itself. I mean, it comes out of nowhere. You could be just doing something totally great. You could be building a course. You could be building something fantastic. And all of a sudden, one of those stray ego files will come through and bam, there's the thought. Well, I like to take control of those thoughts right away. Before it even gets started, I like to take control of them. And what I do, this will work for you if you try it. I know it will, because I teach this and it's working for a lot of people, is when I do that and a thought comes my way, which is usually attached to an emotion. Thoughts and emotions come together. It usually starts with an emotion and can grow into a thought. Think about that. Yeah. So I like to put my name in it. If it is a thought or an emotion or just a stray chatter, then I'll put my name in it in the thought that I'm putting them in the file in my mind. So for example, I wrote some examples down so I would make sure I got the wording right for you. Is a negative chatter. If I have a negative chatter come across my mind, I like to do and say, Christy, this isn't for you. You are at all. You don't want to need this. You don't need or want it. And so I like to focus on it that way as I go through that system. And I like to put my name in it and talk to myself and tell myself, no, you don't want this that way. This is not good. This is not who you're supposed to be. So that's a negative chatter. But I always have to put my name in it. Christy, this isn't for you at all. You don't want or need it. That goes in my not for me file. And that is definitely negative chatter. If I'm putting something in that file, that's not it. So another one is for my ego chatter. When my ego gets in the way, and it does for all of us, then it will say, why are you doing that? And I like to say, hey ego, this is me. I am Christy and I am in control now and always. I like to give my ego the what for, because I like to let my ego, who's a big part of me, know that I am actually in control of who I am, and what I'm doing. That's a given, guys. You have to be in control of who you are, what you're doing, and what you're becoming. So chatter is good and uplifting. And when it is, and it is a lot for in my life, my chatter is always, voice. I wake up in the morning with good, positive chatter. And I say, I am Christie, and I can do, and I will do, and I am doing everything for the better of me, now and always. Great, huh? When you put now and always, you are specifying you are doing it right now, and we create everything we want to create in the now. And always means this is going to keep going on and on and on. So then the more I make that statement to myself, the more I can take control of the conscious mind. We won't be able to have total control of our conscious mind. We can try, but you know what? It's futile. Because the conscious mind has its own agenda, which is random. The conscious mind does not run on a specific set program like the subconscious mind does. It is a lot of a random, which is laced with emotion and has to do with the surroundings and the people you are surrounding yourself with. Now, keep in mind, the people you surround yourself with will either bring you a good chatter or a bad chatter. So think about that as you're going along your day. So when you can chatter and take control of that chatter in your conscious mind, then you'll always be there because your mind is never quiet. You will always be present. The part of you that is taking control will always be present because there is always going to be chatter. There's always going to be something going through your mind. There's always going to be more action-packed systems that are going to come through, and they're going to give you, yes, that's great, no, that's not, or this is working, that's not going to work, or yes, I got this, whatever it is. As you're building your business, as you're building your lifestyle, and actually most of us out there are building an income base. As you're doing this, you're going to hear more and more chatter based on what it is your focus is. If your focus is building an income base to have the lifestyle you want to be, do, and have, and be that person, then you're going to find out that the more base you are in tune with that, the more chatter will be directed to, hopefully, what you want. You're always going to have chatter that you don't think about, that you don't look at, that you don't even have a mentality to even see where that come from. There's a lot of chatter that just slides through. You may not even notice it. But always do your own research. Always vet everything anyone says, including myself. Make sure it's going to work for you. And invest in yourself. Always invest in yourself. And never fail whenever you hear videos, or maybe it's just on YouTube's, always look in the description or look in the info, because there's always going to be something in there that's going to be a benefit for you should you choose to take action on it. It could be investing, it could be growing, it could be teaching, it could be anything. So always learn, keep growing, keep learning new skills, keep going forward. The chatter is the conscious chatter. It's always going. It's always flowing. It will flow throughout your day. A lot of times we ignore it, but then we'll have that persistent nagging negative chatter that doesn't want to go away. It is really hard to get rid of it. But once you do, you're going to find you have more control. You have more control over the negative that comes in, and you have more control over the ego chatter that you can let go of. So grow your business, grow your income, but do not chase the money. Do not chase people. Don't, because you have the skills and the knowledge, and what you're offering, people will find you because you're offering them what they need. And that is my philosophy on that. Don't chase. Let them come to you. You are very smart, you're intelligent, and you're intuitive. So live, learn, love, and grow so much that you are a beacon of light. Always be the lighthouse. Always be shining bright. Okay? I will talk to you guys later. Check the description.